Susanne Bobzien, FBA, is a German-born philosopher, whose research interests focus on philosophy of logic and language, determinism and freedom, and ancient philosophy. She currently is Senior Research Fellow at All Souls College, Oxford and Professor of Philosophy at the University of Oxford. Education. Bobzien was born in Hamburg, Germany in 1960. She graduated in 1985 with an MA at Bonn University, and in 1993 with a doctorate in philosophy at Oxford University. Academic career. Bobzien currently holds the position of Senior Research Fellow at All Souls College, Oxford, and is Professor of Philosophy at Oxford University. She was appointed to a senior professorship in philosophy at Yale in 2001 and held this position from 2002 to 2010. From 1993 to 2002 she had a tenured position at Oxford University. From 1990 to 2002, she was Fellow and Prolector in Philosophy at the Queen's College, where she was the first woman to be appointed a Tutorial Fellow. Before that she was Tutorial Fellow in Philosophy at Balliol College. Among her awards are a British Academy Research Readership, and a Fellowship of the National Endowment for the Humanities. In 2014 she was elected a Fellow of the British Academy. Bobzien has published several books and numerous articles in leading academic journals and collections. Main contributions to philosophy. Determinism and Freedom, Ancient Philosophy. Bobzien's major work Determinism and Freedom in Stoic Philosophy is the first full-scale modern study of the Stoic theory of determinism. It explores in depth the views of the Stoics on causality, fate, the modalities, divination, rational agency, the non-futility of action, moral responsibility and the formation of character. In this book and in her articles, The Inadvertent Conception and Late Birth of the Free Will Problem, and Did Epicurus Discover the Free Will Problem, Bobzien argues that the problem of determinism and free will, as conceived in contemporary philosophy, was not considered by Aristotle, Epicurus or the Stoics, as was previously thought, but only in the 2nd century CE and as the result of a conflation of Stoic and Aristotelian theory. Kant. Bobzien's Die Kategorien der Freiheit bei Kant has been described as an article that has long been the starting point for any German reader seeking to deepen his understanding of the 2nd chapter of the Analytic of Kant's Critique of Practical Reason. It differentiates the main functions of Kant's categories of freedom as conditions of the possibility for actions to be free, to be comprehensible as free and to be morally evaluated. Ancient logic, Stoic logic. Bobzien's book Die Stoische Modellogik is the first monograph on Stoic modal logic. It presents a detailed picture of the Stoic theory of modality. In her paper, Stoic Syllogistic, Bobzien sets out the evidence for Stoic Syllogistic. She argues that Stoic Syllogistic should not be assimilated to standard propositional calculus, but rather treated as a distinct system which bears important similarities to relevance logic. Deduction. Bobzien's paper, The Development of Modus Ponens in Antiquity, traces the earliest development of the most basic principle of deduction, i.e., modus ponens. Vagueness. Bobzien has proposed a logic of higher-order vagueness that avoids both the higher-order vagueness paradoxes and sharp boundaries of the borderline zone, has provided arguments for the existence of higher-order vagueness, and has introduced the notion of borderline nestings. Major publications. Determinism and Freedom. Determinism and Freedom in Stoic Philosophy. The Inadvertent Conception and Late Birth of the Free Will Problem. Did Epicurus Discover the Free Will Problem? Die Kategorien der Freiheit bei Kant. Ancient Logic. Die Stoische Modellogik. Stoic Syllogistic. The Development of Modus Ponens in Antiquity. Vagueness, higher-order vagueness, radical unclarity, and absolute agnosticism. Philosophers Imprint 10, 2010. In Defense of True Higher-Order Vagueness, Synthesis 180, 2011. If it's clear, then it's clear that it's clear, or is it? Higher-order vagueness and the S4 axiom, OUP 2012. Higher-order vagueness and borderline nestings, a persistent confusion. Analytic Philosophy 54.1, 2013.